Hello viewers and welcome to another Forza 5 video then. So here we are in one of the Indy cars, trying them out around Spa. Great circuit and a great opportunity to get into one of the open wheelers. We won't be testing the Formula 1 car unfortunately, because unfortunately it does take a lot of play to unlock it. But going into turn 1 then, very slow, crawling around turn 1, first gear, and straight away it's clear that this car really does lack in downforce. So going down the hill up towards Eau Rouge, trying to keep a nice line, and you'll hear me lifting. It's like blending out the throttle there, down a couple of gears, and it's still not making it. So you can really see how this car's going to take some practice in terms of slowing down well before the corner, before taking the selected line. Finding a braking point here is important. It's very easy to lock your brakes in this game, so anyone using the controller, as I am right now, you've got to not fully brake. You'll feel the rumble. It's a really good sort of tactile feedback it gives you in terms of locking the brakes, and often you're braking about 75% as we go down the hill, getting the car inside. First gear, again very slow on this corner, gently opening the throttle. Car can spin out very easily. And this is again a few of the cars. Are they more fun to drive with traction control on or off? It really is up to you. Down to Pouhon, great corner, but not as great in this car as it would be in the F1 car. You can really throw the car in there, use all the track, coming out wide on the exit. Again, the car was a little bit unbalanced there, sliding a little bit. I wasn't able to get on the brakes where I wanted to, so the car went a little bit wide. I've learnt something there. Next time I come to that point, I'll be braking a few yards earlier, getting the car in, not using all the road, not confident with it as we go down this steep slope section here into the high-speed section. Again, the car understeering all the way there, trying to get on the power way through that section before we go into this flat-out section now on the power, quickly round the left-hander. Again, it's one of those corners where you really want to get the car in. The second part of the left-hander, car going wide, a little bit of a lift required, and now under the banner and into this final chicane. This is a lot easier with a wheel for me. It's certainly a corner I struggle a little bit with the pad. Pad users won't have a problem, however. I find that they've adapted the controls well. And now into our second lap. So we've learned a bit from that first lap. I considered whether I should run a more perfect lap or show some of the mistakes and show some of the understeering of this car to really demonstrate how much you need to back out the throttle. See there up the hill this time, up Eau Rouge, and that's perfect this time. So we can see a little bit of a lift required just to get that perfect line. There's that violent vibration there of the speed. We come to this next braking zone again, trying not to lock up. There is always a little bit of locking there, but it's not too bad. Car going a little bit deeper than I would like, and then not getting into that second part, and again needing 2 bites. So the understeer of this car is quite significant. It would need a setup on this track to really get the most out of it. I'm trying to get on the power a little bit early, and you can see here it just sends me wide. So it's a first gear corner, very slow for these cars. Better for the ovals obviously than they are for the race tracks. They would need to be set up for the track, but not having the F1 car, this is about as close as we're going to get. And Pouhon again. We learned before we went a bit wide there, so this time we want to not use too much of the track. Notice before I went very wide. This time I'm braking a little bit earlier, getting the car in where it should be. Still a little bit wider than I would like, but it is tricky. And again, not confident to use all the track on the exit. Coming round, we went wide here before, so this time we want to lift a little bit, then get on the power when the track opens up for us on the exit, and now flat out through this section. Imagine it being very committed. The feeling in a sports car or Formula 1 car through this section must be absolutely incredible. Lifting there again, F1 cars would be flat and into this final chicane, trying to brake a little bit later, but a little bit too late unfortunately. So there's not really much speed to be found in these slow corners, and we now know if we were on to a next lap there's speed to be found. But that's a quick couple of laps in the Indy car, and there'll be more from me very soon.